Welcome to Gnomaste Yoga, a place where you can let your inner whimsy shine through. This is a 25-minute warrior-themed flow to bring your inner strength to the surface. I look forward to practicing with you, and I'll see you on the mat. We're going to begin with a play on a sun salutation A. First, standing in Samastitihi or equal standing pose at the front of your mat, begin to breathe. Inhale through your nose and take a deep sigh out through the mouth. Then slowly formulate your Ujjayi breath. That is going to be a breath in and out through the nose with a slight constriction of your throat. Inhale your hands to touch overhead, bringing that right leg up with you. Swing it back to a crescent pose. And exhale as you twist to your left, bringing your upper right arm to your left thigh. Inhale back to crescent, plant your hands, and go through your chaturanga push-up. Gaze up in upward facing dog, and exhale to downward facing dog. And remain here for a few deep Ujjayi breaths. On an inhale, jump forward, lengthen your spine, fold deeper into the pose, and return back to Samastitihi. Inhale, palms to touch overhead as the left leg now comes up, stepping it back into another crescent warrior and twisting to the other side. Gazing up toward the sky if possible, coming back through that crescent, and plant your hands, stepping back and going once again through your chaturanga push-up. Gaze up to upward facing dog and go back to downward facing dog. Stay here for another few deep Ujjayi breaths. On an inhale, once again, jump back through, lengthen your spine, fold deeper, and then come back up to Samastitihi, and you'll repeat the process on the right side again. Inhale, hands up, swing the back leg to crescent pose, twist to your left, gazing up toward the sky, inhale back to crescent, plant the hands, and go back through your Vinyasa. Remember, if you ever need to take chaturanga on your knees, you can. Or if you need to relax in child's pose during these downward dogs, that's perfectly fine as well. On an inhale, jump forward, lengthen the spine, fold deeper, and back up to Samastitihi. Now you'll inhale and start again on the left side. Palms come up, knee comes up. Swing it back to crescent warrior with a twist, gazing up toward the sky. Inhale back to crescent, and once again, lower through chaturanga. Upward facing dog, and exhale to downward facing dog. You can always pedal out your legs here or just remain still and feel the stretch. And of course, remember to breathe. Inhale, jump back through, lengthen your spine, fold forward, and come back up to equal standing pose. Inhale, you'll repeat the same thing on the right, going back through that crescent warrior, twisting to the left. Inhale, back to crescent, plant your hands, and exhale through your Vinyasa. Remain in downward dog for about 5 breaths. You can move your head from side to side, gently stretching out your neck. And inhale once again, jumping forward, lengthening your spine, and coming up with a flat back to Samasthiti. And one more time on the left. Inhale, palms up, knee comes up. Swing it back to crescent with a twist to your right. Inhale back through crescent. Plant your hands to the ground, step back, and lower through your push-up. Inhale to upward facing dog, and exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale, jump forward, lengthen your spine once more, fold forward, and once again, meet back at the front of your mat in Samasthiti. Now we're ready to begin Sun Salutation B. You'll inhale, hands up overhead, bending your knees into chair pose. Fold forward over your long straight legs. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Plant your hands, jump back, lower through chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog, and exhale to downward facing dog. From here, inhale your right leg up, bring it forward between your hands, lowering your left heel. Inhale to warrior 1, exhale to warrior 2. Inhale back to warrior 1, bringing that heel up off the floor. And on a big transition, you'll bring your left leg all the way through, bringing your peace fingers to your big toe, and opening up to the side, gazing toward the left back thumb. That is dancing Shiva. Once again, you'll go through your vinyasa after this, back to downward facing dog, and then inhale the left leg up. Bring the foot between your hands, lower the right heel. Inhale warrior 1, exhale warrior 2. Inhale back to warrior 1, and another big transition to dancing Shiva on the other side. Gaze toward your back hand with a big twist, and plant the hands once again, lowering through your chaturanga push-up, upward facing dog, and downward facing dog. Remain here for about 5 deep breaths. And once again, if your shoulders are getting tired in your downward facing dog, you're welcome to take a child's pose, lowering your hips to your heels, and just taking a little bit of a breather between all of these poses and vinyasas. When you're ready, return to downward facing dog, jump forward, lengthen your spine, fold deeper, and then bend your knees, coming back through Utkatasana chair pose before returning to Samasthiti. Once again, inhale back to chair, fold forward, lengthen your spine, then plant your hands, jump back, lower through your chaturanga, which you can always take on your knees. Inhale to upward facing dog, and exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg up, bring it through between your hands. Inhale to warrior 1, exhale to warrior 2. Inhale back through warrior 1, and then take that big transition into dancing Shiva with your right peace fingers to your left big toe, gazing toward the back thumb. Plant your hands and once again go through your vinyasa. Inhale the left leg up, bring it through between your hands. Warrior 1 on this side. Exhale to warrior 2. Inhale back to warrior 1, and then take dancing Shiva on the other side. If you cannot extend your leg, it's okay to keep your knee bent here. Just gaze toward the back thumb if possible, and once again, plant your hands and go back through your vinyasa. Remain in this downward dog for a few deep breaths. Once again, inhale as you jump forward and lengthen the spine. Fold forward, and then bend your knees back to chair pose, before once again coming to equal standing position. And then inhale and start the process over. Chair pose, fold forward, lengthen your spine, plant your hands, and you can always step back instead of jumping back before you lower through your chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog, and exhale to downward facing dog. The right leg comes up once again, planting the foot between your hands. Inhale to warrior one, exhale to warrior two, inhale back to warrior one, and then you'll once again go through dancing Shiva, twisting open to the left. If you stumble a little bit, that's okay. Plant your hands once again, go through your Vinyasa, which you can take on your knees as always, and then exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale, the left leg comes up, plant the foot between the hands. Inhale to warrior one, exhale to warrior two, inhale to warrior one, and then take dancing Shiva on the other side. Plant the hands once again and go through your chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog and exhale to downward facing dog. And you'll once again remain here for a few breaths. Remember, you can always pedal out your legs. You can take a child's pose and just do whatever feels good in your body. Just remember to keep breathing. Inhale, jump forward. Lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold forward, and come back through chair pose before coming back to Samasthiti. Inhale once again to Utkatasana. Fold forward. Lengthen your spine once more. Plant your hands and jump or step back. Lower through your push-up. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. And then inhale the right leg up behind you. Bring it forward between your hands. Inhale to warrior one. Exhale to warrior two. Inhale back to warrior one. And once again, take your dancing Shiva. Plant your hands once more. Lower through chaturanga. Upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. And you can't forget about the left side. Left leg comes up. Plant it between your hands. Inhale to warrior one. Exhale to warrior two. Inhale back to warrior one. And take dancing Shiva on the other side. Remember, you can keep your knee bent here if you're not able to reach your toe, or if it's just not in your practice today. Go back through your Vinyasa once again, and then remain in your downward dog for a few deep breaths. On an inhale, come forward once more. Lengthen your beautiful spine. Fold forward deeper. Inhale back to chair pose. And exhale back to Samasthiti. Now we'll begin Sun Salutation C. Inhale, step your right leg behind you into a deep goddess squat. You can goal post your arms to open up your heart. Exhale, fold forward, and then inhale back to that beautiful goddess. Then turn to face the back of your mat into a crescent warrior. Exhale, bring your hands to clasp behind you. Inhale your chest toward the sky before bowing deep into a humble warrior pose. And then inhale, you'll come back up, keeping your hands clasped. Using a strong right leg, you will lean forward into warrior three, keeping your hands clasped if possible. And then bring the left leg through to a tree pose, resting the sole of your left foot on your inner right thigh, before folding forward and taking another Vinyasa. In tree pose, you're welcome to keep your foot lower on your other leg, or you can even keep it on the ground, just keeping your heel propped up on your ankle. Breathe through your downward dog. And then jump forward once again. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold forward. And inhale back to Samasthiti, now facing the back of your mat. Then you'll inhale, moving the left leg behind you into a goddess. Fold forward. Inhale back through goddess. And then turn to that crescent warrior, facing the front of your mat now. Clasp the hands behind you, inhaling your chest toward the sky, and bow deep into your humble warrior pose on the other side. Inhale, come back up, and exhale through that big transition as you come to Warrior 3, now facing the front of your mat. Inhale, bring the leg through to a tree pose, hands come up overhead, and then you'll exhale as you flow back through your Vinyasa. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. And here, remember to breathe. Inhale, jump your feet forward, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold forward, and inhale, come back up to equal standing position before you begin again on your right side. Step the foot behind you, take your goddess squat, fold forward, inhale, come back up, and then move to that crescent warrior facing the back. Come once again through your humble warrior on this side, bowing forward. Inhale back up, and once again, take your Warrior 3. If you can't keep your hands clasped, that's okay. You can keep them open, you can move them in front of you, do whatever feels good in your body. Come back through your tree pose, and once again, step back through your Chaturanga push-up, inhaling to upward facing dog, and exhaling to downward facing dog. Remember to take any modifications you need, and of course you're welcome to take breaks throughout. Just go ahead and pause the video if you need to. Inhale back through, lengthen your spine, fold forward, and return to Samasthiti at the back of your mat. And now you'll repeat this once again on your left side. Step out to goddess, fold forward over straight legs, inhale back to your goddess position, and then take that crescent warrior facing the front of your mat. Clasp your hands behind you, inhale your chest toward the sky, bow deep into your humble warrior position. Inhale, come back up, and exhale as you take that big switch into Warrior 3. Inhale, the leg comes through into tree pose. Remember, you can keep your foot on the ground if you need to. And then once again, flow through your Vinyasa. Inhale to upward facing dog, and exhale to downward facing dog. On a big inhale, jump through, lengthen your spine, fold forward once more, and then come all the way up to Samasthiti. Now you'll take your final Vinyasa, bringing your hands to touch overhead, folding forward on an exhale. Inhale, lengthen your spine, plant your hands, step or jump back, and lower through your Chaturanga push-up. Inhale to upward facing dog, and exhale to downward facing dog. From here, jump through to a seated position, bringing your legs straight out in front of you. Inhale your palms to touch overhead, and exhale as you fold forward, clasping your big toes with your peace fingers. Inhale, lengthen your spine, and then exhale as you fold forward, staying in this forward fold for a few deep breaths. If you can't clasp your big toes with your peace fingers, that's okay. Just go as far as you can. Your hands can even rest on your calves, your knees, or your thighs. As long as you're feeling the stretch, you're doing a good job. And also, just keep breathing. Inhale, lengthen your spine before coming out of the pose, and then exhale as you lower all the way to the ground. Readjust as needed. And now we're going to go into a variation on plow pose. Bend your knees towards your chest, and then use a little bit of momentum to bring your feet up toward the sky with straight legs. You can rest your lower back in your hands. And just breathe here, making sure your neck is in a comfortable position. And if you cannot rest your hands on your lower back, you're welcome to bring your hands to your hips as well if you need that extra support. Continue breathing. Exhale, bend your knees, lower your spine gently to the ground, and then go ahead and stretch your legs out in front of you. Bend your right leg and bring it over your left, twisting to face your right palm. And you can either keep your eyes open or closed. Feel the stretch and relax. Inhale back through center, and then simply switch sides. Now twisting your left leg over your right and facing toward your opposite palm. Inhale back through center, and finally come to your final Shavasana, taking up as much space on your mat as you'd like. Relax every muscle in your body, take a few deep breaths, breathe, and relax. When you're ready, find some movement in your wrists, your hands, your feet, your ankles, and your neck. And slowly make your way onto your side. Then go ahead and push yourself up into a seated position. Inhale your hands to touch overhead. Bring your palms to heart center. Bring your thumbs to your third eye. And we bow. Thank you all so much for coming. Namaste.